In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to style a kid's dress using some really clever techniques that will save you a lot of time. So I have this girl's dress here. So I'm going to go ahead and place it flat on the table. I'm then going to pull it slightly upwards to get it in frame, but to also give it a really nice, flat and smooth look. This will naturally also show the folds that this dress has at the bottom. I always try to get the shoulders in the same level before I do anything else. I think it's a really good way of starting to make sure everything is centered and in line. After I've done that, I will tuck the sides in, as it will give the dress much nicer appearance. It will slim it down a little bit as it naturally would sit on your body. And I do exactly the same on the other side. Then make sure to double check that you haven't folded it in much more on one side than the other, so it's nice and symmetrical on both sides. After that, you go ahead and you tuck the sleeve in a little bit, just to give it more of a natural shape so the arms are not just sticking straight out. I think that looks really nice and neat. My gaps are on the same level. I am going to go and hide the reverse. Then I'm going to go and play with the little folds and give it a bit more shape. We just make it come alive a little bit more rather than laying completely flat. And that looks really good, so I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of that. Another great tip is to use some tissue paper. When you fold the dress and tuck it under, that gives it a slight curve upwards. Using tissue paper would just give the dress a slight more lift and give it some volume and give it that 3D effect. The first bit, I'm just going to slide in here in the middle. And it has already just lifted it up a little bit. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of stuffing in the sleeves as well, just to also give them a bit of body. So I've just wrapped my tissue paper up and just going to slide it in. You don't want it to look too bulky, so just work with it a little bit, shape it. So once more, we're just checking that the gaps in the sleeves are level, and that the neckline is level, and that the creases are looking really nice and have a bit of movement. To summarize, make sure you use the techniques I've shown you here today, such as the tucking, folding the sleeves in, and making sure everything is nice and straight and in line. Also use stuffing if you want to add a bit of body. This will make sure you will always have really nice flat lay for your website.